Hey, this is Philip with G6 Technology Services. In this video, I just wanted to take a look at some things that we got from GovDeals. So let's get started. So here we go. These are from two separate auctions. The first one was this printer and scanner, which was a lot for $10. And then there was this projector, which also was a lot for $10. So this printer and scanner lot, I really only wanted the printer because we needed a new printer for this office, and I didn't want to have to, buy a new one because they're really expensive. So I was looking on there as I usually do, and I saw this come up, and I thought, well, it's worth a try for $10. You can't really go wrong. So it was bundled with this flatbed scanner, which I have no idea if it even works. It has some proprietary power cable that they did not include right here. So DC 24 volts with that kind of connector on there. I don't have one, it didn't come with it. I don't really want this anyway, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. It's just going to sit in storage for now, but it's, if that means anything, automatic film retouching and enhancement. Okay, those are your hotkeys, and it looks like they must have used this one a lot. You can see that in the camera, but the silver coating is all worn off. It is a Canon. Exactly what the model number is. Oh, here we go. There's the model number. So don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it'll just go in storage for now. So the main event here, this printer, I did actually test it out already, and just like I thought would be the case, it actually works perfectly fine. It does have one issue, which we'll show you in a minute, but we have a perfectly functioning, the front's a little bit yellowed, but that's fine, HP LaserJet, and it did not come with any paper. I put like 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper in there for testing. So the tray is empty. After that, I'll have to put some in there, but that works perfectly fine. Inside it looks clean. It does have a genuine cartridge in there. Actually, yeah, it is a little bit dirty here. They spilled some toner, but not a big deal. We have our little hatch on the side where you can add some extra memory, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It's fine how it is. I don't print big documents anyway. Nothing on this side, just a vent. And let me get it flipped around. Alright, so here's the back, and I think it said on the front, under the model, yeah, it says DN, which in HP model numbers, that's D for automatic duplexer and N for wired networking. So on the back, we've got our Kensington lock, our power. I don't know what this is, some kind of service area in case you have a jam or something. You can get into the back, free up jams, I guess that's what that's for. So all that seems like it's working. On the side we do have our Ethernet port, and the only problem with this printer is right in this hole right here is where the USB port is supposed to go, and somebody broke it off somehow. So they were nice enough to include that. It's right here. So there's the USB port. So I'm not worried about that. I was not going to use it over USB. I just factory reset it from the control panel and then set it up to be used over Ethernet. So that way we can just keep it in one location that's not tied directly to any specific computer. It's just shared over the network. So that's perfect. That's exactly how I would have wanted to use it anyway. So it does not bother me in the slightest that someone broke off the USB port, although I am curious as to how that happened. And as far as the usage, I'm very shocked. I don't know where they were using this printer, but total pages 12,383. That is very low for a printer of this age, and that would have been used in an office environment. And also it came with a toner cartridge in it already that's 60% full. So that's a plus. That's probably going to last me for years. We don't really print that much. So this was a great deal. It was totally worth the $10 just for the printer, and then that bonus scanner that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Okay, so now we have the projector, and I just got back from picking this up. I have not tested it yet. I don't know if it works. Hopefully it does. This, again, was only $10, so if it doesn't, I guess that's no huge deal. Manufactured 2008. It's an NEC projector. It has a sticker on the back that's covering up the ports. So let's see what we have. The power, which that's a odd cable. It's not the standard equipment connector, so I think I might have one of those. They did not include any cables. We've got PC control. I don't really know how you would use that, but I'm not going to use that. Audio for probably the horrible little speaker that may be built into here. S-Video, our composite, and VGA. And then around the side there's just vents. Front, got two little window things. So one of them is going to be for the remote, which they did actually include. It does not have the battery cover, which somehow seems to always go missing on these things. So we'll test and make sure that works. So if one of these is for the remote, I don't know what the other one's for. No idea. And then of course our lens, which looks to be, oh no, okay. Here's the front. We have our zoom and our controls. And it is DLP projector. And they included this bracket, which I'm probably going to try to take off of here, which, oh, it's using a security Torx, it looks like, so I don't have one of those, but you can jam a flat blade screwdriver in there and open those up. And they pinched the cord in the bracket so you can't actually put the lens cover on. So that's going to have to come off. I don't have the other end of this anyway, so it's useless to me. It should have a pole and another bracket to mount it on the ceiling. But we're just going to be using this tabletop. So yeah, let me go ahead and get that bracket off of there. Okay, got my screwdriver. So we'll start with the easy options in the back here. That is a long screw. There we go. All right. Okay. Then we just have this to deal with. So I'm going to try and see if my little trick works. That's not the right size. Let me get, oh, it's hard to put that back in with one hand. This screwdriver. And then we've got, yeah, so this flat blade fits in here. So hold on, let me put this down for a second so I can change that bit. Okay, and I noticed also this looks like it needs to come off, so just do that. Oops. Okay, and yeah, so we do still need to remove this, but so what I do is just jam that down in there, and then it actually turns. There we go. So no security Torx needed, just a flat blade screwdriver. So now, what is it? Oh, there's another thumb screw. Okay, so now this that comes off, we we free our lens cap, we can put back on to protect the lens. And then I guess there's one more screw. Get this bottom plate off of here. There we go. So, some little spacer. So there we have our projector, which has been freed of that useless bracket. So now I want to see if it actually turns on. So let me clean some of this stuff up real quick and we'll come right back. Okay, I found one. So we'll go ahead and get that plugged in. Okay, and I'll just point it at the wall, I guess. Let's see what happens. Okay, got a light, so that's good. It's not completely dead. Take our lens cap back off. Back it up a little bit. Put our little foot. We'll adjust. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Oh, I see something. Hey! There we go. It works. Nice. So, what we're gonna have to do... Actually, hold on a second. Okay, I just flipped it around and I brought out some cleaning stuff because I noticed when we look at the image, you zoom in, it's got speckles all over it. So I'm hoping that that's just going to be some dust and we can just clean that off. We're also going to have to flip the screen around because must have been used on a, you know, what's it called? When the projector's behind the screen. So let me clean that. And, oh, I figured out what the other lens is for. Here, watch this. I don't know if you could hear that, but it has autofocus, so that's awesome because that's one of the most challenging things about using a projector, especially with people who don't really know what they're doing if it's put up in a classroom or something, to get it in focus because it can be close but not quite there and then make the image look fuzzy. But this is really sharp. Because it's perfectly in focus because it uses that autofocus sensor. I'm just going to see if I can clean some of the stuff off the lens. If you look at it, I don't know how it comes across on the camera, but it definitely looks dirty. So, and the fact that lens cap was stuck underneath the bracket means they could never put it back on. So it's probably, you know, who knows what happened to it after they decommissioned it, but it probably got handled and got stuff on it. So I'm going to just clean that off real quick and see if it helps. Okay, well that doesn't look like it actually made a difference. And let me turn the light off. Maybe that's easier to see, but what it actually looks like now that I'm looking closer, it looks like it's tons of dead pixels or something because you can see, I don't know if I can get the camera to zoom in, yeah, see? It looks like a bunch of dead pixels. Or stuck, I mean, I guess the ones down here are stuck on. That are not supposed to be on. It's not going to really focus on that. I can see it better in person, but yeah, see, look, 2 pixels right there look like they're not on. Got a couple there. So there's one, let's see, one right here. Looks like that's not working. So yeah, that's disappointing that there's just, I look at that. There's that much damage. Maybe that's why they got rid of it. Well, I'm still going to probably find something to do with it. We can still use it. It'll just, we'll see how that image looks. Maybe I'll plug the computer in and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, there's the computer plugged into it. And yeah, it looks like trash. That's really too bad. Let me see. I don't know if it's really coming across, but see all there's just black and white spots everywhere. It's just peppered. So yeah, this thing is trashed. Oh, that's too bad. Well, again, it was only $10. And I was thinking it could be dust on the LCD or something, but then I remembered it does have the label in here that's DLP, which is, I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure it doesn't use an LCD though. It's a completely different technology, so I don't think it's going to end up being fixable. I think that DLP chip is no good. Oh, that's weird. Some lines on the camera, but anyway, yeah, you just look at how, oh my gosh, that looks awful. It's just completely peppered in bad pixels. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a use for this like that, but anyway, there it is. I guess we can at least see if the remote works. What am I looking for? Menu. Oh, it beeped, and we have a menu. Well, let's see if we can flip this thing. Okay, I just factory reset it, that was easier. But let's just pull up something to look at that's a solid color. Okay, I just used the blackout feature, and this, look at this, it looks like outer space. Anyway, I'll stop harping on it, but yeah, it's pretty much trashed. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed taking a quick look at the GovDeals items that I got. So sometimes it works out. You win some, you lose some. You know, in this case, I ended up with a nice printer, and the projector was kind of a flop. But that's how it goes. So we'll see what they have in store for us in the future. Maybe they'll have some better stuff that works. But you know, that's part of the deal. A lot of it just says, you know, condition unknown, not tested. They're just trying to get rid of it. So that's too bad, but that's why, you know, with that kind of unknown stuff, it doesn't cost that much. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.